Hey Dayspring, happy Passion Week. Something that we've done the past few years is we have looked at that very first Passion Week and we've sought to discover what was going on from a historical perspective. And we're going to continue to do that this year. Each day we're going to look at the specific day that coincides and what Jesus was doing as He was journeying towards the cross. But not only are we going to look at it from a historical perspective, we're going to seek to apply it to our lives right here and right now. And so my day is that very first Monday, the Monday where Jesus goes in and cleanses the temple. And that passage, that story is found in Mark 11, 12 through 19. And I'm really going to focus in on Jesus actually going in and cleansing the temple. And as Jesus walks in, Jesus did not like what He found. He comes in and the temple is really divided up into a number of sections, and one of those sections was the court of the Gentiles, and it was the place that those who were non-Jewish could come in and worship the God of the universe. The problem was that there was so much commotion and so much traffic that was going on that it really felt more like a flea market than it did a place of worship. And so as a result, the Gentiles were being restricted and prohibited from actually worshiping the God of the universe because there were money changers and animals everywhere. And so as Jesus comes in, what He finds is people being prevented from actually worshiping God. And so He begins to turn over the tables. He begins to drive out the money changers. And I know if someone came into my house, let's say someone came into your house, and they started rearranging the furniture, they started flipping over tables, you would probably be offended. And the reason you would be offended is because you know they don't have the right to do that because they don't own those things. They don't have the authority to come into your home and reposition things and rearrange things. So Jesus in this moment, as He walks into the temple and begins to do this, what Jesus is declaring is, I actually have the authority to do this. I actually have the authority to drive these individuals out. Now, let's personalize this for a second. You see, in the same way that Jesus had the right to cleanse that temple, Jesus has the right to cleanse our temple. Jesus has the right to come into our lives, to flip over tables, to rearrange things in such a way so that we would actually worship Him, and not only that we would worship Him, so that our lives would solicit and invite others to worship Him. So as we start this Passion Week, what if over the course of the next week you ask God, Lord, would You come in and would You rearrange the furniture of my life? Would You flip over the tables that need to be flipped over? If there are inconsistencies in my life, if I'm doing things that not only prohibit me from worshiping You, but ultimately prohibit others from worshiping You, would You get those things out of the way? Would You cleanse me in such a way so that I could love You with all of my heart, my soul, and my mind, and so that others would also see my life and be prompted to worship You? I pray that you have an incredible Passion Week this week.